Hey everybody, what's up? Circus here, coming at you with what would normally be the box 1 week later, but you know what? I honestly forgot because we were doing so many awesome videos last week that we didn't get around to it. So
Right.
here we are, the box. Almost 2 weeks later, I got Kamel in here because he likes to shit on boxes.
I like to shit on boxes, but this one it's getting hard for me to shit on because I like the only viable deck that came from this box. This box hashtag Shark Deck.
Right.
Well,
Well, so this box was another one we were talking about before the video. It came out really fast, right?
yeah, really fast. This is the shortest ever interval between two boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Between the last mini box and this one, it was only 17 days between voltage of the metal and Shark Fang. So they tried to squeeze it in before the KC Cup. And usually when they do that, the box has huge meta implications. The last time they did that was
Right.
6 hands. That is the most infamous time, but not this time. Did not happen the way people thought it would. Shark Fang released. Even though we waited a week to do this review, nothing has happened in 2 weeks for this
Right.
box.
Yeah. I mean, we have seen we're going to talk about a little bit like a water deck come out of it, but it's not super competitive. It can hang a little bit against certain decks, but it's not
It can definitely hang against the top decks. I'd say it's one of the more competent rogue decks.
right. But I mean, still, overall, this deck is definitely lacking. All the cards that you think that would do something just aren't doing anything. Like Tin Goldfish, this should be doing something in the game, right?
Yeah. The thing is, right, like the reason why Exes monsters I feel are so weak right now is because a lot of the monsters that we're getting, like Tin Goldfish specifically, this guy just says when it's normal summon, you can bring him out. That's it. Like
Right.
the monsters need to do more than
Than
that
just that. Yeah.
before you get to your Exes summon in order for you to actually build that
Survive.
card advantage. Yeah, because
Yeah.
something that usually happens, probably that's not as much of a problem in synchro and fusion decks, is that when you summon the effect monsters to start your combo with these things, they get you maybe other cards. They help you set up or force your
Right.
opponent to act on them, and that kind of depletes your opponent's resources before you go into your boss monster. With Xyz monsters, you don't have that kind of safety net. You're vulnerable at every step of the way,
Yep.
and you don't even have any good effects at the beginning of your combo to really propel you into your Xyz monsters safely.
Yeah, and there's just nothing to go into once you do get into it. I mean, some of the monsters are cool, but they don't have any built-in protection, right?
Mhm.
So even if you do get into an Xyz monster, you're still very vulnerable. We see people trying to go into the spider shark, right?
Right, yeah.
Uh,
So the Spider Shark is probably the best card from this entire box. And number 37, Hope Woven Spider Shark. You detach,
mhm.
and all your opponent's monsters lose 1,000. And then when it's destroyed, you can bring back a water monster from the grave, and you can loop this with itself.
Yep.
The shark loop, and it's pretty effective, pretty nice. But other than that, I think that this box does not cut it. Even the other Xyz monsters, you would think they would have made a little bit more of a splash. Evil Swarms, not enough support. You can't even make a deck out of them. So
Right.
Evil Swarm, Bahamut, not going to be doing you much of anything. Maestroke is nice for a rank 4 deck that can utilize it, but then again, you're using two level 4 monsters that hopefully did something else, because if they didn't do anything before that, then I don't know why you're trying to make Maestroke off of two level 4s that didn't do anything.
Right.
But Maestroke's effect himself is pretty defensive, not very proactive, not going to win you games.
Right.
It's just kind of situational. So that's him. And then number 32, Shark Drake. He's just not good enough. Too big of a cost, and
Oh, yeah.
we don't need Xyz monsters that are they're very useful during battle and no other time, especially with such a specific effect like number 32. It's just not good enough right now and too hard to bring out. And that's just about every Xyz monster that's a UR. Of course, Andreas, when we see some more level 5 support,
Hmm.
easy way to bring out rank 5s, Andreas is easily going to be one of the best Xyz monsters in the game. But right now, rank 5 is not even like plausible of bringing out.
Oh, you just upset a lot of people out there. They probably have some cockamamie scheme and
They
are
don't.
cutting. Okay. But overall, it's really underwhelming what happened with the box again. It's our third box in a row now. I'm predicting after Christmas. I said the new year before we see anything relevant. I'd almost say
Mm.
maybe 6 months into this thing. So maybe got another 3 months before we start seeing XZs that do something. Kind of like with synchros,
Well,
we saw. How
yeah,
long
the
did it
new
take to get
year.
6 Sams?
Well, even before Six Sam's, I believe the New Year box from Synchro era, which had Card Curries and Kawaki's, that was probably the first good one. I think Six Sam's may have come out before then. Let me fact check myself real quick. But yeah, we are looking at around that time period. Okay, so Card Curry did come out first on New Year's Day. So that's your last shot, guys. If we don't get a good box then, you're gonna be waiting a few more months.
And really, realistically, I think the first really good synchro was Armades, right? And that was just like a single,
Yeah, that was just one
right.
synchro.
So I think we're in for a long haul here. But what sucks is that this isn't XZ's box 100%. So there's no support for anything else. So we're not even getting like really cool new synchros or synchro
Right.
archetypes or anything. It's like here's a bunch of stuff you can't play.
And there's also,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, this box had the most Exes Monsters yet, as it should,
Hmm.
right? It had 14 Exes Monsters, and some of them, like the lower ones, they can be kind of generally useful. Soul of Silver Mountain. I know I said, there's not really any useful Exes Monsters, but a couple of them down the road may be good just right now. They did not release viable support for anything in this
Right.
box. Yeah, absolutely nothing. Like even the SRs, usually you're able to see like some kind of plan with the SRs. Maybe there's a couple cards of the same archetype. Literally nothing. Look at the SRs. There's a Dark Magician reprint. There's Vision Hero Adoration. I don't even know why they put Stratos in Adoration. That was like, come on, that was a
Yeah.
waste.
That's just to sell the box because
That felt
otherwise there
like
was
that was a
nothing.
total waste. That was a slap in the face.
That's the only way this box was selling. Yeah.
Yeah, just all around like stuff that you generally cannot use together. Xyz Slide Dolphin, one onomatopoeia card, a single one in the SRs and URs, and then some
Okay.
general spells.
Oh yeah, the golden golem or whatever, right? The golden form. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so honestly, this was a recipe for disaster, to be honest.
Yeah.
Uh,
So I could see why people are pretty upset right now.
yeah,
So there is one deck that came out of this box,
right,
and
and
that was
it is
the
being referred to as Water Gradle or Shark Deck, as I like to call it.
yep.
And it's actually pretty versatile. It utilizes number 37 Spider Shark
Yep.
and a couple other monsters from this box, like Silent Angler. And if you'd like, you can play Mermaid Shark in it. And basically, what this does is it plays around you summoning a water monster, special summoning another one like Silent Angler, and
Hmm.
then using the skill territory of the sharks to make all your monsters level 4. And then once all your monsters are level 4, you could do one of two things. You can either Xyz summon for number 37 Spider Shark, or if you have a Gradle guy, Gradle Alien Jr., I think his name
Gradle
is
Slime Junior.
Gradle Slime
It looks
Jr.
like he has a pacifier in his mouth. If
He's
he
a
has
level
a mouth.
4
Yeah.
tuner. If you have him and another water monster, that you can then make Gradle Dragon, which is
Yep.
probably the best water synchro monster that we have. It's actually honestly ridiculous to pop 2
Yeah.
just by summoning him. It's pretty sick. And then you can special summon water monsters from the graveyard after he's destroyed. So this deck has very powerful extra deck monsters,
Hmm.
and it's easily brought out by the effect monsters. And it kind of compensates for this weakness by the Gradle Slime Jr. being um, your main effect monster that you want to see, so that you have the things like spot removal and and you're able to easily recover your resources from the graveyard. Because with him, you can special summon another Gradle Slime you have in the grave, or if he's destroyed, you can special summon one from the deck. So it's a great floater. I found out.
But the problem with this whole thing is realistically from the new box you're using Angler,
Right.
number 37, and then the Drake, whatever number that is, number 32. So you're
Mhm.
using 3 cards from the new box, where everything else is from old box, and it's kind of scattered. because you got
Right.
Deep Sea Diva, you got the Greater Slime Junior. The build I'm using is got Forbidden Lance in it. And then you also have the Greater Impact, and then any back row like Karma Cut or Canadia like I'm playing. So I mean it. Oh, don't forget the Atlantean. You got to have one or two Atlantean heavy infantry in the
Yeah,
deck.
you do. You
So
sure
I mean,
do.
this
And
deck is
DC
just is
Diva.
scattered over like 6 different boxes. There is stuff in the new box from it, but it's not enough, I would say, to tell somebody go and get the new box so you can play this
Oh, no
yet.
way. I could definitely say this being a main box definitely makes it contending for one of the worst boxes in Duel Links, especially now that we like are in Xyz era and certain we need support in certain ways.
Hmm.
And this box, I feel like it completely ignored it. Like
Right.
it's
There
the
was
exact
no good
opposite.
archetype in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nothing at all. And now that we're not seeing archetypes in mini boxes because they're kind of pushing them to main boxes to kind of force us to go through them 3 times. What happens when we get something like this? There's no archetype to go through. There's just Exes monsters scattered about that you're only going to use one or two of in your extra deck.
Right.
Like as far as like new additions to the game goes, this month was dry. This
Yeah.
box we were really hoping for something to spice things up and add some more powerful cards to the card pool. Did not happen. And they rushed the box out, did not happen.
But we did rogue decks earlier this week, and when we were looking at, I think water decks were at like what 4, 5. It was like
Yeah.
under 10 for the whole week. So the deck's just not even getting played competitively. I'm sure it's getting played on ladder a little bit, but you're not going to see it a whole lot.
Yeah, the only type of person that's going to play this is someone who has spent a lot of time or money on the game, has all of the UR cards from all those different
Hmm.
boxes to play, the water deck, and even then, why would they play that when they just play
Yeah,
that?
I'm looking at it
You
now.
know?
In the main deck, there's only 3 cards that aren't super rare or ultra rare. That's the
Yeah.
Greater Slime Junior. Everything else is gonna cost you a lot of gems or money. So, Kamel, you have some cards that you thought maybe might help make this box a little bit better. Um, it's sad that you have to do that, but maybe if there's a ban list or something like that that nukes the meta, that restarts things, because without really a comprehensive ban list, this box probably won't see the light of day. But there's got to be something we can do here, right?
Right. So before I get into the list, and you guys, make all your smart comments about me, I want to clarify that what I'm thinking about here are things that would reasonably make this box better,
Hmm.
give it a little more, I don't know, of a theme, so it actually makes sense. Uh, make it more around shark and water monsters as a whole instead of trying to sprinkle in a little bit of everything. So
Right.
the card on my list, and by the way, I didn't include anything that I think would never be added to Duel Links. But the first card on my list is something that may be pushing the envelope, and that's Abyss Dweller. So it is a rank 4 Sea Serpent, 2 level 4s.
Hmm.
While this card has a material attached that was originally water, all water monsters you control gain 500 once per turn. Quick effect, you can detach, and then your opponent can activate graveyard effects. It's a quick
Ooh,
effect.
that'd be
And now,
nice.
I think if they were gonna push this box super fast, 17 days right before the last one, a week before the KC Cup, it's a
Oh, could
main
you
box.
imagine?
There's no reason why this card was not added to the game under these circumstances.
Right.
Say what you will, to me, this was the time to add this card. A lot of people do not think that a ban list will stop a lot of the competent graveyard strategies right now. I'll tell you what, this card will. If a water
Right.
deck is good and it can continuously summon this card, it doesn't even have to be a water deck. This is a rank 4 monster. Its first effect is water specific, but its second is generic. If you put 2 level 4s together, you can stop graveyard effects.
Right.
Period.
That's
That's it.
nice.
And I think that would have been super beneficial and not toxic in any way if it was added to the game
Hmm.
this past Casey. It would have mixed things up so much, and it would have been similar to other like past Casey Cup like squeeze-ins that we had, like Six Sam's, how we talked in
Hmm.
the earlier in the video. But yeah, I think that is the most jarring one. Abyss Dweller. Say what you will, but I think it was actually disgusting that we didn't get something like Abyss Dweller in this box. So yeah.
All right. What's your next one then?
Next is a little more. The rest of these are going to be tame, so don't worry, guys.
Okay.
Bahamut Shark, rank 4, 2 water Sea Serpent. Once per turn, you can detach one material from this card. Special summon 1 rank 3 or lower water Xyz from your extra deck. this card cannot attack for the rest of this turn. And so, yeah, this is not too busted, but it does let you utilize, if you are playing a straight up shark or water deck, the shark monsters, they do come in different levels, and they can make utilization of rank 3s, 4s, and 5s very consistently. So
It's kind of
um,
like climbing a synchro ladder, right? You get this thing out, if someone's out another one, so you got like the angler, you can bring that out.
right.
Then you
So
can get two Xyz monsters out on the same turn or something.
right. So there's actually another card that I didn't put on the list, but you can search it up now. It's called Cat Shark. And
Catcher.
that
Oh god, I can't wait to see this one.
Cat Shark, and it
What is it? Oh, it's exactly what I thought it was gonna be. Oh my
so
god.
this card actually synergizes very well with Bahamut Shark. Cat Shark is 2 level 2 monsters, is a beast, and it says while this card has an Xyz material attached that was originally water, it cannot be destroyed by battle. Once per turn, during either player's turn, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card, then target 1 rank 4 or lower Xyz monster you control. Its attack and defense each become double till the end of this turn.
Oh, okay.
Now, of course, this is a little busted because it does say any rank 4 and
Right.
not just water rank 4s, but you can kind of see the synergy there between the two of these. And yeah,
Still a terrible looking card, by the way.
it's still a terrible looking card, and you have to think that a card like this is not going to be very overpowered, because think about how many times your opponent has to stop you before you get this card out. Currently, if we're looking at the Shark deck right now, easiest way for you to bring that out is Diva into Diva.
Right.
And if you Diva into this, that's your turn. Or if you go into Bahamut Shark, you still have to set up for that. There's still multiple ways for you to be interrupted. So
Right.
when you see Exes monsters with kind of like, oh wow, that may be really good, or oh, I think that may be a little too powerful, think about how they're going to get to the field first, because in Duel
Right.
Links, that is the main hurdle the cards have to get over.
Yeah. All right. What's your next one?
So my next one is Full Armored Black Ray Lancer.
Oh my
This is
god.
another one of Shark's cards,
Okay, that was
and this
actually easy to
requires
find.
3 level 4 water monsters. You can also Xyz summon this card by using a rank 3 water Xyz monster you control that has no Xyz materials as the Xyz material. This card gains 200 attack for each Xyz material attached to it. If this face-up card would be destroyed, you can detach all Xyz materials instead. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can target a spell trap your opponent controls and destroy it. So there you go. A 2100 attack point monster, and he is pretty chill. This is the evolved version of the Black Ray Lancer that we do have in the game right now.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, this first effect, if it confuses you, this is something we don't have access yet to in Duel Links. Basically, if you have an Exes monster on the field that meets the conditions of another Exes monster that just allows you to overlay it on top of that, then you will be able to. So in this case, let's say you have Leviathan Dragon on the field with no materials. You can take this from your extra deck and put it right on top of Leviathan Dragon, and it can be
Oh, nice.
that's how it can be Exes summoned.
Well, I'm guessing eventually they're like, oh wow, after 2 uses, this card becomes useless, right?
Yeah.
So it'd be nice to be able to do something with it rather than it just becoming a normal monster sitting on the field. So it can become Xyz material. That's pretty cool.
Mm. So yeah, and then just a pretty tame effect. If it destroys an opponent's monster, you can target a spell trap. It's 2100, so you shouldn't have to worry about it destroying too much. And it's just 200 for each Xyz material, so it's not even, probably won't even get above 3K in Duel Links.
Right.
So I think that's pretty tame. Could have added that, definitely. Shame on you, Konami.
God
Next
damn it.
one, we have number 47, Mare Shark. This is
What
another
was
rank
that? Mirror Shark?
Nightmare Shark.
Okay, Nightmare.
Yeah. So if we look at this, this is a rank 3 water Sea Serpent, and when this card is special summon, you can attach 1 level 3 water monster from your hand or side of the field to this card as an Xyz material. Once per turn, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card, then target 1 water monster you control this turn. That monster can attack your opponent directly. Also, other monsters cannot attack.
Okay.
So I do not, again, I don't think that is so bad, especially in the Shark deck. After you make an Xyz monster or an extra deck monster, you are kind of limited as to what you can bring out because you are missing a space. Making Nightmare Shark and adding your other excess water monster to it as material may be a play. I don't think this effect is too busted or would make Duel Links unhealthy. Just another option for the water deck
Okay.
that would have fit very well in this box. All right, next I have number 73, Abyss Splash.
All right.
All right, number 73, Abyss Splash. It is a rank 5 water warrior. Once per turn, quick effect, you can detach one material from this card, double this card's attack until the end of your opponent's turn. Also, any battle damage it inflicts to your opponent this turn is halved. So, yep, just a cheesy battle effect. I honestly don't know why we didn't get this card because we can't summon it and it has a cheesy battle effect. So this is kind of
This
honestly
would
the
be perfect for the box.
This is
It'd fit
perfect for
right
the
in.
box. Yeah,
All right. I don't want to spend time on that one. What's the next one?
it's fine. My next one is Shark Caesar.
Shark Caesar. Oh God.
Shark Caesar.
Please
Like
tell me there's
Caesar.
salad on here. Did I spell it wrong? I did. Oops, hang on. How do you spell Caesar?
CAESAR.
Yeah. S. S-A-R. There we go. S-E-R. Sorry. Okay, there we go.
Shark Caesar. So this
Oh
is
my!
a rank.
This is a terrible looking card.
So this is a rank 3, but you can put up to in Duel Links, you'll be able to put up to 3 level 3 monsters under it. So once per turn, you can detach one Exes material from this card, place one shark counter on this card. If this card attacks or is attacked, it gains 1,000 attack for each shark counter on it during the damage
Oh my
step
God.
only. Yo, why don't we have this card? You know how fun that would be to play in Duel Links, even though it's incredibly bad. Like
Right.
this card should have been in the box. Why wasn't it? No,
Yeah.
no point in holding this away from us.
So you could detach one XYZ
Yeah,
material
you
and place a
detach
counter
one.
on it. Okay.
Yes, that's it. Is you just detach for the counter, and then in damage step, the counters give you plus 1k attack.
Okay.
That's it. So when you activate this the first turn, it will be 2,800 in your next damage step, even where you attack or when your opponent attacks. So there you go. That's
Okay.
Sharks.
Well, I guess eventually it could be cool.
And the
Many
final
turns down the line.
card that I had to talk about is actually a card that people have been asking for in Duel Links for a while. It is not an Exes monster. It's an effect monster, and it is Atlantean Dragoon. Now, if you have ever played the TCG, you will know the terror that Atlantean Dragoons wrought in the Mermail deck. But Mermails are not that good in Duel Links, and we're going to be using it mostly for
Oh my
its main
God.
effect. I think it synergizes better with the Shark deck, to be honest. All your level 3 or lower Sea Serpent monsters can attack directly. If this card is sent to the graveyard to activate a water monster's effect, add one Sea Serpent monster from your deck to your hand except Atlantean Dragoon. So while you won't be able to bring this card out in any special way, once you do bring him out, you can special summon other things like the Silent Angler, the other stuff that we were using to make our rank 4 Exes monsters. And this card works great being used for Exes material by the Spider Shark, which is our boss monster in Duel Links. And it can be used pretty well by just about any of these guys as well because its effect is activated when you send it to the grave for a water Exes. So it is basically just a search. And that's great because sometimes you search and you don't have the next special summonable monster that you can bring out from your hand, like Silent Angler. You may get your Gradle Slime Jr. that you can search from your continuous spell, but those other special summonable water monsters, this will be a good way to bring them. So yeah,
I guess my hot take on this whole situation, they're just gonna keep giving us crap and keep giving us crap and keep giving us crap. And then they're gonna release a good box and people are going to go nuts on it. And they're gonna make all their money back and then some. Because people will be like, thank God, take my money. I just want a new deck. I don't
That's what
care
happened
what
with
it
Six
is.
Sands.
Yeah.
That's definitely what happened with Six Sands. But honestly, I hope that I do not have to come across this again. This is pretty bad, and this is the first time I have not played the TCG in 6 years, and this is the first time that I was able to go back, find some cards that I don't think would break the game, and like just wonder why they wouldn't we're not putting Duel Links. So guys, please, if you are still holding on to your gems, thinking about going into Shark Fang, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. You should probably wait until the next main box for
Next
sure.
year, let's be honest. Next
Even
year.
even any box that you see come out, always wait for my box review. I'll tell you if it's worth your time or not. At the end of Shark Fang, I told you guys I don't think it's worth it if you are just going in with gems or you're trying to save money. Don't
Yeah,
do it.
It's not
And
worth it.
yeah,
Even if you're just trying to make a YouTube video to get people to laugh at you, not
yeah, I
worth
didn't even make a YouTube video, so I got screwed.
it. It wasn't even worth it. All right, guys. I hope that gives you some clarity. I think we could have done this whole thing in about a minute and just said it sucks, but we like to go a little in depth. So if you made it this far, we appreciate it. Make sure to get in our Discord because we have a great new player help channel where you can go in there and get help. Like we'll tell you, don't buy Shark Fang,
Don't
things
buy
like that.
Shark Fang.
And then stop by Saturday nights. We're on our Twitch channel where we're doing a new player stream where Kamel will be there to dispense his sage like wisdom, like you just saw tonight. What else? Oh, we got Damage Step coming up. That's our new not free to play, pay to play tournament, right?
Pay to play super competitive event.
Yep, $5 entry fee, but the prize is much bigger. And I think that's about it. So we're gonna get out of here. We'll see you next time. I'm Circus. That's Kamel.
Peace out, guys.
See ya.